When my health feels off, I track these 6 things and everything resets. I'm not tracking to be perfect. I'm not tracking to be strict. It's just when life gets in the way, the first thing to go is my health and wellness routine. So instead of feeling like I'm so far off I can't get back, or I have to start all over again, I simply go back to these 6 simple things, and it works every single time. I'm also going to share with you at the end what I do for myself to keep myself on track, a system that I created just a couple months ago that's been working great. And it's something that I think will be helpful for you, especially when the motivation seems to be lacking. Hi, my name is Annette. I am 63 years old, soon to be 64. I can't even believe it, in February. And I want to talk to you about all things midlife, but today we are talking about motivation. When life is getting so busy or just distracting you away from your health goals, but we all know that when we feel good about ourselves, it's going to permeate in all the other areas of our life. So I want to share with you the 6 things that I track when I'm feeling like, okay, I'm getting out of control. Let's rope it right back in again. Now, these are simple, but not easy. And that's why you need to track them. Because if you're anything like me, by the end of the day, I cannot remember what I've done and what I have not done. So let's look at number 1, water. It's so important to be drinking your water consistently throughout the day. I will be honest with you, I probably drink more coffee than I drink water. Not a good thing. But we should be drinking at least half our body weight in ounces. So let me just show you. I'll even show you. This is my trusty water mug. I went out and specifically bought this because it's 4 cups, and I know I need to drink 2 of these a day to at least get to 8 glasses a day. So if you're at like 3 glasses now, just inch your way up to 6, then 8, if you need 10, whatever you feel that you need. Water is the very first thing that I start tracking. Number 2 is protein. And I know you've heard it a million times. It's so important to eat more protein. We tend not to, but we need to eat more as we get older. And since all of us are in midlife, we need to pay attention to the protein. So good for your bones, your skin, your hair. Really, we need to focus on it. And also for muscle mass. So if you're looking to get back into, a certain fitness level, then you want to look at your protein. So I will say protein is very hard. It's one of those things that's difficult to increase, and you absolutely have to track it at the beginning, or there's just no way that you'll be able to get to your protein goals. Most people should be eating about 1 gram of protein per ideal body weight. But I will tell you, on the days that I'm not tracking, I might get like 6 grams. So it's so important. And here's another little tip for protein. If you hit at least 30 to 40 grams of protein in your breakfast, then you'll have an easier time hitting your protein goals. If you want me to make a video on how I get my protein in, leave a comment and I'm happy to make one for you. That's number 2. Okay, number 3, you have to track your workouts. Are you doing something physically active every single day? Whether that's lifting weights or doing some sort of aerobics, even dancing to music during the day. You really want to be doing something physically active. I always like to say, or at least to think to myself, when my head hits the pillow at night, what have I done during the day that has moved me forward and kept me strong? So really get into the habit of not necessarily tracking every single thing you've done for a workout, but that you've done something. This definitely keeps me on track. Now, 4 is going to seem like number 3, but I keep it separate, and you should as well. Number 4 is walking or tracking your steps. I don't include walking in the physical activity part of things. Walking should be a part of your day every day. But if you work a desk job, or even if you're working from home, it's really hard to get your steps in. And it's the silent killer, as we all know, if you are sitting all day long. Ultimately, I aim for 10,000 steps a day. I do have my little Apple Watch so I can track it at all times. It's so important. And remember, this is like incremental and you're just starting to get back on track. So if you are now walking 1,000 steps a day, then get to 1,500, then get to 2,000 and, continue. Ultimately, we should all be getting at least 10,000 steps a day. But I know when my schedule starts spiraling out of control or I am off, I am putting in very few steps a day. And it is the one thing that makes me feel so good. So I definitely track my steps. Now, number 5 is something that I personally like to track, and that is ab work. As most women know, when you hit menopause, all of your hormones are sitting right there in your gut. And I don't love the way it looks when I wear certain outfits, so I try really hard to keep my core strong. Now that's the shallow part of me. The other part is you really need to have a solid core, especially for all the exercises that you're doing, but especially if you are experiencing lower back pain. So I always try to do some type of ab work at least once a day. And it's so simple because I can actually even do sit-ups laying on my bed. So I do try to track, have I done any abs today? Now you may have a different problem area and you can track that, but this one specifically is mine. Now number 6 is vitamins. Now I don't take a ton of supplements, but I can tell you, I can assure you with 100% certainty that my supplements last a really long time because I'm always forgetting to take them. I do try to attach them to my meals, specifically dinner, but if I'm having a conversation with someone, chances are I'm going to forget. So unless I track that, I'm not taking them on a consistent basis. So I'm definitely tracking the vitamins and supplements that I take. And for those of you who want to know, I take a multi, I take vitamin D with K and B12, and that's pretty much it, but still hard to remember. So these are the 6 things that I track when I feel like I'm spiraling out of control and need to pull myself back on track. Now, we're not looking for perfection, we're just looking for consistency. We are what we consistently do. I used to always say, I am because I plan. So I try to do that as much as I can. Now, I told you that I was going to tell you about a system that I have. It's so simple. It's not pretty, but here it is. I have this little marker board. I don't even know why I had it in my house. But what I do is I try to track all of the things that I mentioned. So it has a little wiper marker here, so I can look and say, okay, my water, I have so far had half of my water bottles here. Although I think it's 1 now, so I can update that. Protein, I'm at 45 grams. I could probably upgrade that now as well. Did I go to the gym or work out? It would just be a check mark. I don't have to say what I did at the gym. Steps, 1,379. I'm definitely above that right now. I can update. Abs is a check mark. Vitamins is a check mark. It's so simple. But I get It's not easy. Remember, just consistency. If you're like me, I like to get the gold star at the end of the day. I like to know that I did something good for myself. So if I look at this one day and I kind of like yesterday and I haven't hit all of the marks here, that's okay. What that tells me is tomorrow, let's try to be a little more consistent. So this has been working for me the last couple months. I hope it's super helpful for you. I hope these tips were helpful. We're all going into a really busy time of year. So anything that makes life easier, I'm all for it. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any comments, please leave them below. If you want me to make a video on anything that I mentioned here today, I'm happy to do it. Thanks for joining, and I hope to see you next week.